Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all staying nice and warm. I'm not doing a very good job of it. It's about 25 degrees outside right now, and I'm working on building a deck. I want to talk this morning about something that I normally don't talk about, and that is politics, because I've seen a lot of Christians opining about President Trump's immigration policies and the activities of ICE. So the first thing about the president's immigration policies, he doesn't have any specific immigration policies of his own. His policy is simply to enforce the laws that haven't been being enforced by the previous administrations, particularly the last one where upwards of 10 million people came across the borders completely unvetted and didn't go through the proper process. Now, our law basically says if you come into this country illegally, you are subject to being arrested and deported. That is simply the law, and they are simply enforcing it. Now, regarding the activities of ICE, I've seen some people quote Leviticus 19:33 and 34, where it talks about that you shall not mistreat the foreigner and you shall love them as yourself. Okay, first thing about that one, enforcing the law is not mistreating anybody. You break the law, there's consequences. And in Leviticus 24, verse 22, I believe it is, it says you shall have the same law for the foreigner as you do for the native. And that was in the context of a foreigner who had blasphemed, and the penalty for it was the same as it was for the native. You're to be stoned. The point is, if you come here, you follow our laws, and you assimilate. You don't come over here and bring your own culture and your own ideas of what's right and wrong into this country. So now, as far as what's actually happening up in Minneapolis, I think it's interesting because it seems like all the media attention is on what's going on in Minneapolis. But ICE is actually working all over this country. Memphis is one example of a city that's they're working in, and we don't really hear much about that. And one of the major differences is because the local authorities are all working with ICE and cooperating with them, and so they're simply able to do their job. Now, you might want to ask yourself, and this is just food for thought, why Minneapolis? And why is it that the politicians up there, the governor, the mayor, the attorney general, are all criticizing ICE and saying, get out of Minnesota, basically? And I'm putting that nicely. Well, I don't think you can dismiss the fact that fraud is being uncovered, and it directly involves the illegal immigration process, particularly the Somalian daycares and some of the other things in there. So you might want to ask yourself if maybe some politicians have their hand in the cookie jar on that one, and maybe they're afraid that they're going to get caught. Just some food for thought.